Alright, so basically, Medea was in love with Jason. 1 plus 1 equals 2, and they fucked until daylight. They decided then to have 2 little niggas. Jason decided to hit it and quit it and left Medea for his side hoe, Glaus, who was probably 10 out of 10, but less crazy than Medea, you feel me? Medea was like, oh hell nah, and flipped the shit. King Crayon, Glaus's dad, banishes Medea, but after some begging, wink wink, she is allowed 1 more day in the city. Using her 1 day, Medea applied her revenge. First, she needed her baby daddy to trust her again, so she decided to be a fake ass bitch. Once she regained Jason's trust, Medea sent his new lover, Glaus, a very special gift. She sent a dress and coronet, but here's the catch, that shit is poison, fam. Glaus puts on her gifts and dies. King Crayon finds her dead body, and he was like, shit, might as well too, and killed himself too, by embracing Glaus and taking in her poison. Jason was like, I shouldn't have trusted that bitch. But he was like, yeah, you was right about that, fam. Her final fuck you to her ex-bitch was killing their love child. Medea then rode off on her badass chariot into the sunset and probably lived happily ever after, while Jason, of course, was fucked up.
So here's the allusions in Medea. The point trying to be made in allusions to Medea is someone who is petty and can also be alluded to someone who takes revenge and blows it way out of proportion compared to the situation. 2 works of literary merit include Procleo by Marcus Tullius Cicero. Cicero alludes to Claudia, Hanc Palatinem Medium, Medea of the Palatine. The allusion is being used to make fun of Claudia, portraying her as an unstable psycho woman. Also, in Macbeth by William Shakespeare, the witches chanted spells alluded to the spells of Medea. The allusion is used to show how evil and vengeful the witches are. Then there's a pop culture reference. In 2002 biopic Frida, Diego Rivera's previous wife Lupe Marin and Frida Kahlo talk of Lupe's response to Diego's cheating. In response, Frida points a knife at Lupe and calls her Medea. This alludes to Medea's revenge plot against her old husband Jason and his new wife Glaus, portraying Lupe as a vengeful ex-wife who is seeking retribution.
So Nemesis didn't have her own story and was more of a reference in mythology. She was in a story called Narcissus and Echo, so I'll tell you about this one. A little backstory. This little nymph bitch named Echo was hot, a real 10 out of 10, and her voice was even hotter. She was in the forest one day when Zeus comes in, being the little hoe he is, flirting with other nymphs while his wife, Hera, would be looking for him. Echo, being the clutch, distracted Hera until Zeus got away. Hera found out what she'd been doing and took away her voice, making sure the only thing she ever said was anything repeated to her. Now the story. This dude named Narcissus loved himself so much, like, he knew he looked A1 24/7, but he's still a little pussy-ass bitch. Echo was, like, in love with him, like, loved him. She wasn't just in it to get dick down. Echo met him one day, but Narcissus curved her so hard. Nemesis saw how much of a dick bag Narcissus was and decided to punish him. Nemesis drew this man out to the water every day for him to look at his own reflection in the water. He was so beautiful he couldn't look away. What? Oh, okay. Day after day, he would return until he eventually stayed at the water, stopped eating and drinking, and died. Nemesis, being the savage bitch she was crowned the goddess of divine punishment.
The point trying to be made in allusions to Nemesis is someone who is a source of harm or the enemy of someone else. In Paradise Lost, Book 4 by John Milton, Eve, the main character, sees the first sight of her reflection in a fountain, like Narcissus. He sees his reflection in the water and he fell in love with it, staying there forever and dying because of Nemesis. The allusion is used to show how Nemesis will always even out the good with the bad. In Hamlet by William Shakespeare, Hamlet's nemesis is considered to be himself. His madness is poor Hamlet's enemy. The allusion is used to show how Hamlet's downfall will be caused by himself and how his punishments will come based on his own undeserved happy lifestyle. In pop culture, Nemesis is actually used as a word to allude to the actual Greek goddess. In season 6 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the trio uses the word Nemesis in order to convey that they are out to get her, just as Nemesis would have.